Hello, everyone, and welcome to the night stream. Apparently, I found a bunch of people. I don't know where the fuck these come from. I might have started a cult somewhere along the way, but I'm not sure. So, tonight we're going to be talking about one of the world's best movie franchises, if you ask me, Harry Potter. The books, the movies, whatever the fuck Dalek is, we're going to be talking about all of it. So yeah. So starting off, who here's excited for Hogwarts Legacy?
I am.
Not a
Yes.
gamer, but not
Hello.
a, I am not
You
a
forced me to
gamer,
be.
but
Gunpoint.
I am actually enjoying watching the meltdowns happen. That has been great.
Oh, that is absolutely beautiful.
Adorable.
So one of the things that I've been enjoying doing is noticing the weirder side of the world of Hogwarts. Hey Kai.
Hey, sorry, I meant to hit the mute button. Hit the camera.
Yeah, it's noticing the weirder side of Hogwarts. Like one of the things that I have noticed. Yes, Slytherin pride.
Gryffindor. Gryffindor.
Yeah, one of the things I have noticed is that Dumbledore's a dick.
Well, fucking surprised.
I know. Like, so his whole plan essentially is we're going to raise Harry Potter like a pig to fucking slaughter.
Yes, yes.
And everyone thinks that Dumbledore is a good man.
No, I've been saying this for years. Dumbledore's a dick, and finally in the last film, when Harry is watching the members of Snape, and he pulls it, and then he looks up. You can see on his face, you fucking asshole.
And one of the things that I think really summarizes how much of a dick Dumbledore actually is that when he's talking to Snape and he goes, Severus, are you telling me that you actually love the boy?
Well, the fact that Dumbledore used Snape's affection for Harry's mom as
Yes.
a way to keep him I guess neutered. Really is just a fucked up thing to do.
Well,
Manipulation
I
in
think that's
time of war does not make him a bad person.
yeah, and I think that's twisting what happened because Snape went to Dumbledore after Lily died. After Harry's parents died, he went to Dumbledore. Was like, "Hey, I'm done switching teams. I'm done. As that hurt too much." And then it's not like his affection is what got him there in the first place. Dumbledore didn't need to hold that over him. He held that over himself.
Which is actually quite true because, I mean, let's face it, Snape is one of the ultimate simps.
Yeah, it is.
Fucking hell.
Also, which a lot of people don't realize who have just watched the movies, is Snape was died in his 30s.
Well, that's because
Yeah.
Alan Rickman was a lot older than the character.
Yeah.
Well, actually, Harry's parents, the actors, were in their 40s when they're meant to be playing people in their 20s.
That's kind of common in Hollywood, though. You can't really get mad at him for that.
It
No,
is
definitely.
also Harry.
There's some people though that look rough at 30. It's like, wow, you're 30, you look 50.
It's like as
I
we
know.
went from one to Tree Hill, actors in their 70s play great teenagers.
Huh. Just
But
like Toby Maguire.
Yeah. So, Dalek, who's your favorite house?
I don't. Look, let me just say first, I don't care about I absolutely do not care about the age of about Snape's age or Alan Rickman's age when he played him. Rickman was perfect as Snape.
Yeah.
He
End
was,
of.
but I'm just talking about the character, not Rickman or anything like that. It's just a fun fact, if you get me. BK Dan agrees with me. BK Dan says, Def agree, Potato Rabbit. Hey, that's me! The Dumbledore was a dick, especially in regards to Harry. He purposely put him in harm's way to be sacrificed. Yes, and also Voldemort was a moron.
Yes, you are.
Well, no. Okay, I agree with that second part, but the thing is, he did not put him in blatant harm's way. Yes, he might have used him as bait a few times, but things got out of hand because Harry didn't just shut up and listen to Dumbledore. If Harry had not, gone outside of where Dumbledore or the rest of them told him to be, he would never have been in as much danger as what he was.
Dumbledore also
Maybe that's
knew
why
that
Dumbledore
Harry
was a dick. He's like, oh man, I'm responsible for everyone that's pissing me off.
Dumbledore also knew no matter what, Harry Potter had to die. Remember, Harry Potter was a Horcrux.
Yes.
Like, in order to kill Voldemort, Harry Potter had to die. And
Yes.
Dumbledore did have a backup the whole time. He had that one little stone to revive Harry Potter. Like, why would you not put somebody that has to die into necessary harm's way when you really have to? When you know that you can go, hey, here's a plan B. You got to spare a life, kid.
Because it was all a gamble. He didn't know that it was actually going to work that way.
You mean the Philosopher's Stone?
No, he's talking about the
They're
Death
American
Stone.
Dalek.
He had the little Death Stone, and I don't think I'm ruining the movies at this point.
Oh,
And the Golden Stick.
the Hallow, the Death, the
Yeah, the Hallow.
the Death Stone.
And
The Hello that was
Well,
also
that
a part of Salazar Slytherin's ring. Like, that was really
brings you
kick-ass.
back. The Death Stone, it brings you back, but it doesn't really bring you back to life. Once you're dead, you're
No.
dead.
So, talking about like dead and things like that, one of the best contradictions and to show Snape is this. Snape is standing protecting the Golden Trio while Umbridge is hiding away behind him. And Snape did not even have his wand in that scene.
Well, because deep down he was a good man. He was just a cranky-ass man.
Aren't we
Well,
all?
Well, if you look at it the whole time, Snape was supposed to seem like Harry Potter's enemy, so he could essentially pretend to be spying for Voldemort, so Voldemort could eventually be taken down. He was to play both sides, and Snape was if you look at it through that lens, he was acting like he didn't like Harry Potter and that, so Voldemort wouldn't think that he was siding with, Dumbledore and the enemy. Because, to be quite honest, that's a hard one to pull off, that you're not siding with the people that you seem to be projecting on a literal daily basis.
Oh no! Are you kidding me? Snape, of course, Snape hated Harry. You reminded him too much of James.
Hate is a strong
I think it was a
strong
weird
word.
effect. I think Snape originally hated Harry, but I think towards the end of the movie that seeing how much he was fighting against Tom, or as the other Muggles know him as Voldemort, really turned his opinion of Harry. Like that he wasn't James, that he was actually better than James.
Well, James was a
You get me?
prick when he was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
He is. But here's the thing that we're
The
also
thing is,
forgetting, guys. We're seeing.
If it wasn't for
Go ahead.
if it wasn't for Lily, Snape would have generally been on Voldemort's side. There's no doubt there.
Mm-hmm.
Snape would have
Yes.
But that's the whole point. Snape had the capacity for love, and that's why he couldn't stay with Voldemort. The people that truly followed Voldemort were all self-serving shitheads. That's kind of, that's what separated Snape
So
from the
there's
rest
an
of them.
actual debate within the Harry Potter community.
Explain Lucius Malfoy then.
His marriage was arranged. They were literally an aristocratic family of, quote, pure bloods. That was literally the whole point of their marriage.
Mm-hmm.
They had awesome hair too.
Oh, they had beautiful hair.
Yeah.
So one other thing.
So I would like to marry my son to your wife.
I'm fairly certain.
Are you a pure blood, or
I'm
do you have
fairly
any
certain
public-
Lucius
Oh, no,
did
we're
love his son, or if he didn't, at least Narcissa
No.
loved Draco.
No, Lucius genuinely loved Draco. Honestly, you could see by the end of it, he grabbed Draco's hand as they were leaving the bridge. He did honestly
Narcissa-
love Draco.
Well, it's hard not to
yeah.
love your offspring, even if you are an evil prick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
Right.
look at Invincible and Omni-Man.
He knew he was in over his head and his family was in danger as soon as he came back.
Oh yeah.
I
You
hate
can
to
see it
be
in his
this kind
face
of
when he gets
dick.
in his face. He's like,
I hate to be this kind of dick because I prefer to be the more fun one.
It's gonna be.
A subtle thing we're missing out here is there wasn't the people weren't good and evil. It was good and evil influencing the people. Like, the
So
people
there's
that,
actually
none
a
of the
debate
people
there.
were actually evil. Like Tom Riddle was treated like yes, and I dare say his name. Tom Riddle was treated like a piece of shit by a bunch of like muggles, not magic folk growing up. He was treated like crap to the point where he nearly literally became a monster. It was explained in the movie Fantastic Beasts. That that guy almost became a literal monster, and in a way as a result of almost becoming one, he learned to hate and became one. Monsters are not born; they are made.
yeah.
Yes, but there is a debate within the Harry Potter fandom because a lot of the Death Eaters, not Cruciatus, what is the unforgivable curse that makes you do whatever someone wants you to
The
do?
Imperious.
The
Thank you.
Imperious Curse.
Are claiming to be underneath the Imperious Curse. Percy Weasley was claiming to be underneath the Imperious Curse. And a lot of people, because in the books Percy is essentially a cunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Right? And so there's a debate going on with him. Is he under the Imperious Curse? And the thing at the same time is how many of Voldemort's Death Eaters were actually under the Imperious Curse? Because I don't think they were. I don't think too many of them were.
I don't think they were either. And because I personally think that the
most of them,
Imperious Curse
I think,
is a nice cop out.
Most of them, I'd say most of them weren't.
But there's a
That is
difference.
true.
Percy worked for the government and was a dick on behalf of the government. When he found out that Voldemort was actually running the government, he went back to his family at the end. Like that's the major difference here. Percy, comparing him to the Death Eaters isn't right because he didn't actually do anything evil for the sake of evil.
Right.
Oh, the Imperious Curse was just the Nuremberg.
Oh no, he just did what he did for himself. Percy.
Well, his personal ambition, but when you're the third of 7 kids and everybody in your family, has something remarkable in some way, it's easy to get wrapped up in that kind of ambition.
Well, let's see, 7 kids, and you're one of 6 boys. You're gonna get lost in the shuffle.
Yes. Especially when we're having to deal with the twins.
Right.
Like, those two were fucking mad geniuses.
Fred and George, they were awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Raquel.
And
Sorry,
Ginny
I'm just posting out the link.
is the girl.
I feel like they'd be very annoying team to run into as a Death Eater. Like, you're a couple Death Eaters. Oh, damn stupid Weasley twins. Okay.
Did I not kill you yesterday?
Fight. Come on.
Yeah.
Most weren't under the curse. They followed Voldemort because it was a cult of personality. That is actually true. Fun fact for those of you who don't know, watching the panel courses, most of the Death Eaters thought Voldemort was a pureblood, not that he was a half-blood.
Correct.
That's
Well,
true.
because he was an allegory for a certain dictator from the past.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah. Tom Tucker. The German motherfucker. Him. But yes, which is all true. And which is when you look at it like so Voldemort was obsessed with immortality. Okay?
Absolutely.
True statement.
Voldemort died at 70. Which means if Voldemort did not go after Harry, Voldemort would have lived a much longer life.
Well, but that's the whole point. If he hadn't done what he had done, he led himself, every choice he made led himself to not just one death, but technically he died 4 times.
Actually, there's a thing which the movies did a fantastic job of. Every time Voldemort died, kicked the bucket, like Horcrux, he actually got darker and darker from the first time he appeared because he's getting further and further away from his main soul.
Well, yeah. His soul. Is
Let's say you split it 7 ways on purpose and an 8th by accident. That's gonna happen.
I do like the allegory at the bus stop where he is essentially a gross-skinned baby fetus thing. Like that's all what's actually left of him.
Oh yeah. So I was way too old to be in line at the midnight and wait for the release at Borders bookstore, but I was ... I know what I speak of.
So,
oh yeah.
Borders is also where I got the midnight release for the 7th book.
You were saying, Joker?
So somebody, created 7 Horcruxes and an 8th by accident.
Yes.
Ring,
Yeah.
The ring,
Yes.
the diary, the diadem, the locket, the snake, the cup, and what was the other one?
The baby,
The diary.
Died.
Well, no. So ring, diary, locket, diadem.
Wasn't the diary the first one when he killed
Yeah, but he's not going in order. He's just listing them.
So
The eighth Horcrux. The eighth
Hold on.
Horcrux was the child that didn't die. It was Harry Potter.
Okay, but they only destroyed 7. So where's the 8th?
Harry.
And so
The last-
Harry
the-
Potter. That's why he
That,
died.
so the 8-bit...
The accidental one is Harry.
Okay.
Yeah, in the train station inside of his mind, that little shriveled piece of soul, that was the 8th Horcrux that was attached to him.
Okay.
Are
you Hold
but,
on.
But what I'm saying is, if you go through those films, there's only 7 that get destroyed. Where's the 8th?
So when Harry went into the forest...
You're not hearing what we're saying.
Hold on. When Harry went into the forest, Joker, and Voldemort used the Vada Kedavra on him, that sent him to the station, that was when it was destroyed.
Right.
Yeah, no. What I think what Joker's asking is Harry was the 8th, but aside from Harry, there were 7 other Horcruxes. But in the movie, they only destroyed 6 for a total of 7, including Harry. Right? Is that
Correct.
right?
Yes. So what's the 8th?
Hold on. So
what's the
we
other
saw...
one? Yeah, what's the other one?
Okay, so Harry died with a Vada Kedavra. 1.
Okay, so that's 1.
The diary died in the
in Chamber of Secrets when Harry stabbed it with the basilisk fang.
Okay, I understand that.
That's 2.
The ring was destroyed when Dumbledore cut it with the sword of Gryffindor.
Yeah, that's 3.
Okay, that's 3.
Oh, the anaconda.
Number
Was
4.
Okay.
Wasn't the snake one of them too?
The snake is 4.
The snake.
The
regular
locker was killed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the snake. Yeah, the 5th one was
the locket.
the locket was with the sword of Gryffindor.
Right.
The diadem.
The cup and the cup and the cup and the diadem.
The diadem was broken in the fire.
The basilisk and the basilisk fang. Okay.
Yeah.
That's 7.
Hey, what was in the fire?
You're forgetting about Nagini, the snake.
No, I'm not.
No, the basilisk.
Hold on, guys.
The basilisk itself was a Horcrux.
I'm writing this down as we go to make sure we keep track. I've got Harry, and then 5 more after that: diary, ring, snake, locket, cup.
Yes.
2 more.
The diadem was destroyed in the fire.
The fiend fire.
Yeah, in the fiend fire, that's where the diadem was destroyed.
Okay, the cup
was also destroyed in the fiend fire.
So we're still missing one. Diary, ring, snake, locket, cup, diadem.
Harry. So where's the 8th?
That makes 7. We still need 1 more.
You didn't mention Nagini.
Yes, we did.
The
The
eighth-
snake.
No, not in this in
Yes, we did.
no,
The snake.
not in this in the latest time you just went through them. You
Yeah.
didn't.
Mention Nagini.
Yes, you
The
did.
snake.
The
The snake. That's snake.
Uh,
That's
Oh,
the
okay.
snake.
I didn't hear you say snake. All right.
Yeah,
I
diary,
believe-
ring, snake, locket, cup, diadem.
I believe it. The eighth one that hasn't been mentioned was, I believe it was either the Sword of Gryffindor, which was destroyed in the movies, or it was the Basilisk, if memory serves me right. It was one
The
of those.
basilisk. The basilisk was a Horcrux.
The basilisk was a Horcrux.
Hold on, I'm going to get an actual list of the Horcruxes.
No.
Let's
It was
just look it
either
up.
the
Yeah.
Basilisk-
No, the
I was thinking
basilisk.
Wait, the basilisk?
No, it was
Hold
not.
on.
No.
When
it
did
was
they
either
say the
that or
basilisk was a
Sword
Horcrux?
of Gryffindor, because they were both destroyed in the. I can't remember.
Okay,
the Sword
guys,
of-
I have the official list. Okay?
Okay.
Right. Tom Riddle's diary. Well,
Okay.
Mavoldo's Gaunt's ring.
Okay.
Then there is Helga Hufflepuff's cup.
Right.
The Salazar Slytherin's locket.
The
Ravenclaw's
locket.
diadem.
That's the one you missed.
No, we said the locket.
No, we mentioned the locket like 5 times.
Oh, damn
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, there. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4,
There's only
5,
7.
6.
There's a total of 7. It wasn't an eighth. It was
Thank you.
6, and then
That's
the
what
7th one was by accident.
No,
That's
that
what
was
I've
the
been
whole
saying.
point.
No, there's only 7 Horcruxes.
That's what I've been saying.
You miscounted.
That's why I was like,
No,
there's
no, this is coming from the official Harry Potter website, from the official books itself. There's 7 Horcruxes. There's only 7 because he split his soul 7 times, and you're not meant to split your soul 7. Harry Potter was the 7th.
Yeah.
Now it makes sense. He should have done it 8 times.
No, if he'd have done it 8, he would have ceased to exist.
All
Now
right,
that would
so
have
we
been a
got.
bad thing.
All right, so we got that sorted out. So there's only officially 7 Horcruxes.
Yes.
Horcruxes. Yeah.
That's what. There was only 7. There was never 8.
Yeah, there's never 8. So yeah, all of them were destroyed. Including Harry Potter himself, but he did come back. He was, I guess we should say he got to choose whether or not to come back.
He did, which was actually quite poignant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, with the choice that Harry had to go back, because, which was actually, the reason why a lot of the kids in Hogwarts.
There was a lot of complicated stuff happening in that moment when Harry went into the forest and
Yes.
Voldemort spelled him down. There was a lot very complicated stuff happening there, which is why Harry is still alive. Because
Yeah, but
technically-
there was. But the thing is, when Harry sacrificed himself, he sacrificed himself out of love,
Mm-hmm.
that's
yes. And which was old magic. So Harry had actually put the love spell on the entirety of all the good fighters at Hogwarts. The teachers and the students.
Yeah, he did what his mother. He did what Lily did when she died to save him.
Yes. Okay, so John actually says, I think the confusion might have been because Voldemort had created 7 Horcruxes, but split his soul into 8 pieces. You see, this is where we're all getting confused, because we're all stupid.
Yeah.
That was still in Voldemort.
Good
Except
catch,
that
man.
makes sense. That makes
Good
sense.
catch.
And you never split your soul, you never split into 8, because 7 is the magic number, and he broke that. He went into 1 more, he went into 8.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to say, when Harry went
Yeah,
down,
I mean, because I remember, I'm actually now remembering it being explicitly said in the books that Voldemort made 6 Horcruxes, and
Yeah.
so it's,
Yeah, because
the 7th.
But
the 7th.
you were saying,
accidental
Raquel?
Harry.
I was saying when Harry went down, I forgot her name, but Draco's
Narcissa.
mother. What?
Narcissa.
Narcissa. When Voldemort asked her, "Is he dead?" she straight up lied to his face, knowing
Yes.
full well it would it could have resulted in her death.
She didn't care because she asked the question
of the love of her son.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she asked the question of is he alive? And when he said yes, I think that if Voldemort didn't have anyone around, that she would have killed Voldemort in a heartbeat. And the thing is,
because from the film, because I'm playing the scene, so she's going to check, and she stops and looks over really quick. Harry had obviously done something like had a breath or something to alert her that he's alive still. So then she asks him, is Draco alive? And when Harry just nods his head, she's like, okay. No.
So I actually know what was meant to happen. It was a production thing that they couldn't keep it in because the sound sounded weird. Okay. When Harry came back to life, she was really close to him. She heard his first breath.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't pick that up, right? Because when they were playing it, it basically overtook. It's like if I bred down my mic right now. So in the what do you call it? You know when you're in the ASMR, not the ASMR, when they're adding in the
ASR.
Thank you, ASR. I can hear Max is fucking laughing now. Stop it. I said it.
Thank you.
When I said ASMR.
Oh, I was laughing.
So when he bred into the microphone in the ASR, that sounded really weird because the microphone was picking up a lot of distortion. Do you get me?
Gotcha.
So they just left it out. So it's kind of meant to be left open to the viewer's interpretation, but it doesn't make any sense because Harry was lying perfectly still. So she heard his first breath and said, "Is my son alive?" And Harry said yes. And then she went, "Yep, he's dead. Dead as a dodo. Dead or doo-doos. He's gone like a bitch. Oh, R.P. Harry. R.P. my boy. He gone. Yeah, time bring him back. Non-suspicious here. Just bring him back. Bring him back. So what is everyone's favorite scene from Harry Potter?
From the films.
Yeah.
I'll go first. My favorite was Professor McGonagall animating all of the statues.
Yes.
That's a beautiful scene. That's awesome.
Ooh, that's a good one. For me, it was when Harry got his firebolt broom.
Okay.
Thunderbolt. Wait,
Thunderbolt.
no.
I'm sorry. Wait.
No,
Yeah.
it was a firebolt.
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 Yeah.
That's what I thought it was.
I know, it's fun to confuse Raquel.
Hey.
Sorry, I was confused. I actually had it stupid. Kai, what about you, man?
I've been thinking about it since you asked. I don't know.
I can come back to
I
you.
haven't seen movies in a while.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. I'm just shuffling through the scenes, but nothing really like.
Yeah, Farv, you've been quiet. Do you have any favorite scenes from the movies at least?
Yeah, I've been quiet because there's been so many people talking so loud.
I'm sorry.
I got a migraine.
We apologize. We love you.
I don't have the same level of experience, and you know this, so I can't really cite one for myself.
Yeah. Like, then, because you're a writer, so what does anything writing-wise stand out, like characterizations or anything like this? Does it stand out to you as a writer?
I think that, now, bear in mind, like I said, I've got passing interest in this. I come on these to
Yeah.
But my wife knows more of this stuff. I think the writing is fine for what it is, and the characters, like, how do I put it? The characters' interaction with the world itself, with the world as it's presented, it all does make sense. So I think from a writing standpoint, it works in that regard, especially.
Yeah.
And the characters are fine, especially given how long the books have been going on. I can't, you can't say there's no character development.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Wait.
The books take place over 7 years. So.
Exactly my point, yeah. And I kind of feel like sometimes the movies are all over the place, but I haven't seen all of them either because I didn't have enough investment to go out looking for all of them. My wife's got the collection, but she ain't had time to watch them all the way through either.
But here's one of the things that a lot of people get confused at. One line. Mom, where's my jumper? It's on the cat. Okay? The cat is a little metal cat hook above the fire. Not their actual family cat. Which has led to a lot of confusion over the years of people being like, wait, what? Thinking that the cat was walking around wearing Jenny's jumper.
See, the more astute Americans just assume that y'all's vernacular is a little bit different than ours.
But the
Yeah.
But the Weasleys don't have a cat.
I know.
They have
That's
it.
why.
They do it. So what?
I finally thought of a favorite scene.
Ooh, did tell.
What's the name of that of the spell that Harry spams? That low-level spell that wrecks people, pushes them away.
Stupefy.
Stupefy. Yeah, I freaking love. Honestly, I love anytime he uses that spell because he's just wrecking face with a level 1 spell. But when he does it to Snape, when Snape's like, he thinks they're all on the same side, and Harry just goes stupefy in his face, like what? And he just goes flying.
That was Expelliarmus, actually.
That Expelliarmus?
If Harry blasted Snape in the Shrieking Shack, that was Expelliarmus, not Stupefy.
Under the tree, right? With the werewolf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, whatever. That scene is the one. I thought he used the other spell, but I know he just runs around wrecking face. It's great.
Yeah. So
I could tell you my favorite.
Go ahead, of course.
Any scene with Helena Bonham Carter. That girl was just amazing. She was amazing, and especially the set piece in Malfoy, the manor,
Malfoy Manor.
In Deathly Hallows Part 1, when she freaks out and just when she sees the fake sword, when she sees the sword, and she's like, "Where'd you get that?" And the guy's like, "Reckon it's mine now," and she just starts wrecking shop, and I'm like, "Yes, I love that character," and every scene she is in, she commands the screen.
You love Bellatrix.
Joker, that actually.
Oh yeah, Bellatrix Lestrange.
Bellatrix Lestrange. That's her name.
Yeah, and I think that when Joker saw he did this, girl.
Yeah. To Joker's point though, and back to a previous part of the conversation, love was actually Voldemort's complete undoing, because even Bellatrix Lestrange, his most loyal, his number one ally, her love for her sister and in some weird way her nephew, was what ultimately led to what all happened later. It was the one thing that Voldemort never had that he could have had if he had sought it out. But the one thing that Voldemort never had was love, and that was ultimately what destroyed him.
Well, exactly.
And the nose.
Yeah. And one point that no one has brought up is that one of the big reasons Voldemort couldn't love is because his parents never loved him. His father didn't love him. Right. His mother only didn't love him because she only got him conceived because she got his father. The only reason his father loved him because she used the love potion on him, and
actually,
Harry grew up unwanted in a cupboard. If he could find love, Voldemort could have found love.
There is an actual reason that this is a thing. You can actually look this up, Dalek. That any child conceived under the influence of a love potion will be incapable of feeling love.
So it's that alone.
That's no. That's one of the reasons. Like, I mean, then what you said, the upbringing and everything like that. Also, talking about love, I love this scene.
It was dark from the beginning, though. Like when we first met him
liked
as a little
it.
kid.
I gotta say, I liked that scene, the Praetorian Cantatum scene. I liked that scene more in the book than the film.
So, Dalek, tell us about the book scene.
In fact, let me tell you, I have a lot of problems with the Goblet of Fire film. I think it got butchered.
Oh yeah, definitely.
To the book.
Mm-hmm.
Where
do you want to talk about it?
Blast-ended scroots.
If there's one thing I hate, if there's one part of the films I hate, it's definitely Goblet of Fire.
Can you elaborate?
for one thing, a minor but very important character was left out of the film entirely. Ludo Bagman.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we didn't. Yeah. I mean, remember this at the beginning of the film where you see Cornelius Fudge doing the commentating for the Quidditch World Cup. It was supposed to be Ludo Bagman, not Fudge.
Yeah.
I have to say the other character there,
And also, you know that shop, that joke shop that the twins had in Diagon Alley in order.
Don't you mean diagonally?
I get the pun. But you know, where did they get the money for that shop? They got it from
Harry Potter.
Okay, yes.
He was their angel investor.
Yeah. He invested. He loaned them the money.
Angel investor.
Oh God, I'm an idiot.
Anyway,
Okay, yes. Harry gave them the money at the beginning, but there was this whole little subplot with the twins and Ludo Bagman because they actually bet all this little bit of money they had to him that how the match was going to end, and it was going to end in such an extraordinary way. Said it would end in such an extraordinary way that the chance of it actually happening was so high, but it did happen, and then so he gave them their money, but then it turns out he conned them by giving them leprechaun gold.
But Raquel, you were saying? Hold on, Raquel was saying something 3 times. You were saying, Raquel?
I was saying the other character we didn't see in the movie that was talking in the book was Peeves.
So they had actually cast and recorded stuff with Peeves, but the actor found out he was terminally cancerous during filming, so they decided to leave him out.
Oh, did he make it? Did he not want to continue? Okay.
His health started deteriorating too fast.
That's rough.
Did any of you
I didn't know that.
Fuck. I forget. I'm forgetting his name now. Dalek, do you remember a show from the 80s that would have been popular around when we were younger, where this guy had metal stars in his forehead and he lived in an apartment with his friends?
Metal stars in his forehead?
Oh, come on. Seriously?
Huh?
What? Sorry, thank you. Yeah, one of the guys from the Young Ones. Here he is. Sorry, just getting it up now.
I'm sorry,
I legitimately have no fucking idea what you're talking about.
I'm lost. I have no idea. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Nope.
Everyone should know this show. Everyone.
Him.
Why?
Yeah, Rick
should
Mile
everybody
would
know this
Yeah,
show?
Rick Mile.
Yeah, Rick Mail was meant to play Peeves, but he actually ended up being terminally ill.
Yeah, it was sad.
So
he was a brilliant comedian.
Yeah, so
That's the dude from Drop Dead Fred.
He is Drop Dead Fred, yes.
Huh, okay.
So he just chose not to go ahead, and they chose not to recast him. So he ended up not making it. Also, another thing, which kind of talking about stupidity, because something I'm very familiar with.
Wow.
Shut the fuck up, Farm.
Okay.
I don't feel like it. What are you going to do about it?
Cry.
Aww.
I'm going to bully Raquel. See? I'll bully a kitten and head at the staff feel.
This kitten has claws.
Yes, but they're soft little squishy claws. But, so, the thing is, to show how stupid the group can be, is they knew that Moaning Myrtle was in the bathrooms, and they never went to ask her about, like, hey,
That's Furby.
throughout any movies, like, hey, did you see any weird shit hanging around just when you've been flying around the castle, you know, Death Eaters, or any weird shit like that, or anything like that?
Basilisks.
Yeah, basilisks or anything like that. Could you
Trolls.
pop that? Could you pop down and have a look for us? The ghosts would make an absolutely fantastic, security squad.
The go.
Yeah,
now that think about it,
now that
you could get
now
them
that
to
you
do
mention it, the ghosts in both the books and the films were heavily
Intelligence Network
was so underused.
If nothing else,
they used the paintings though.
I mean, if nothing else, just use the ghost as a intel network.
Mm-hmm. I mean, nearly headless Nick, as he says for his death day, he had over 350 ghosts at his 400th death day, which means that he knows over 350 ghosts. There are not 350 ghosts at Hogwarts. There's about 60 of them, right? Which means that there's about 290 ghosts dotted around the area, which means that he has a viable spy network. And don't tell me that a man who grew up in his time period, in the Elizabethan era, was not familiar with spy networks.
True.
Yeah, it's true.
Actually, he may not have been. If you notice, his head was mostly chopped off, which implies that they didn't spend the money to get a professional executioner, which implies that he wasn't very much liked. Also,
there's a reason for that. The reason why is that back in those times you had to pay for your own execution to be good and clean. He skimped. He was a cheapskate.
Actually, that implies that he was even less liked because he was a cheapskate. On top of that, a cheapskate wouldn't have a spy network because they wouldn't want to pay for it. On top of that, if he had a decent spy network, he wouldn't be killed.
Well, it's not about having a spy network in life. It's that in life he would have been familiar with the concept, and then as a ghost, he's gone, oh, this is easy.
But as a ghost, does he want to spend his ghost money on a spy network?
So, the thing about the ghosts is the ghosts are stuck in the moment that they died. They cannot learn anything new. This is the problem.
Ah.
Yeah.
I was sorry, Dado, did you just say they had to pay for their own execution?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Yeah, Raquel, back in the Elizabethan era, you had to pay for your own execution for it to be swift. Like, okay, so just
I get it. So painful and slow, or quick and easy.
So this is going to show you how horrific it is. So Queen Mary of Scotland refused to pay because she refused to pay with English money or pay a Frenchman who she believed was a traitor. Right? Her death, because he refused to sharpen his blade because he wasn't paid. Her death took 7 blows.
Well, here's also a thing to remember: the executioners weren't allowed to get any other wage other than what they got from the people that they killed. They weren't allowed to. They weren't also allowed to sit in church and things. They had to stand in the back row. Also, it cost him money to pay for his blade to be sharpened. If he doesn't get money, he cannot get his blade sharpened.
So, yeah, we've gone off on a historical tangent.
Sorry about that, Potato.
No,
Wait, but if you're being executed, though, why wouldn't the authorities pay for it? Like, hey, kill this guy for us.
Not just historical, but historical politics.
So, the thing is, bribery and the fact that essentially the aristocracy were, like, say I'm the Lord, right? And Kai, I'm executing you, but the thing is, like, you're after killing Maxis and you done bad stuff to Raquel. So I now hate you. Right?
Okay.
So Joker is the executioner, and I'm like, Joker, just kill him. Don't sharpen your blades. Go on. I want to see him suffer. Now you're a lord yourself, and you're like, hey, here's more money for you. Please just make it quick. And Joker's like, cool, yeah, no bother. Versus if he didn't, he'd be there and he'd be like, yes, my lord, and make you suffer.
Yeah.
Okay,
that makes sense.
They did have a problem of not having enough professional executioners.
Okay, let's just... We're going to be here all night if we do that. So here's the thing, talking about history. Did you guys know you know when it said that Voldemort took the diadem from Albania? Okay?
Mhm.
He did not go to Europe for it. The name for Alba in Oscuelga is Scotland in Oscuelga is Alba. The name for Alba in Latin is Albania. The House of Ravenclaw is ravens. What is a very common animal in Scotland? Anyone? Ravens.
Ravens.
He did not go to Europe. He went to Scotland.
Wait, who went to Scotland?
Voldemort, which explains why the Bloody Baron was in love with. Also, that the Rowena Ravenclaw, who had a diadem, were part of Scottish royalty. That is a royal diadem. Dalek, you're from a kingdom. You're very familiar with only royals wear tiaras, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a royal symbol, especially back then. That is her crown, her diadem.
Mm-hmm.
So he did not go all the way over to Europe. He booted his ass up to the clans of Scotland. That's where he went to find it, because she had left it in the area. Because the Bloody Baron actually their costumes don't make sense, because they came from 1,000 years ago, which would have been about 1090. So about the Bloody Baron technically should have been dressed up as a Templar, not as a 1500s. Or Rowena Ravenclaw should not be wearing that dress. She should be wearing a much simpler dress. I hear a kitty cat.
I hear a kitty cat too.
I thought that was Raquel singing.
Grandma's screaming at me. Grandma, what do you want?
Kitty.
So what do you think about that? Learning about that, he actually went up to Scotland.
Interesting.
Okay.
I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense, but you sound like Milo from Atlantis. Yeah, it was in fact not in Ireland. It was in Iceland. You know.
You're gonna hate me, but I couldn't care.
Shut the fuck up!
How did we get onto historical inaccuracies?
No, everyone thought that he went to the country of Albania in Europe, right? No, and the thing is, Albania in Latin is Scotland.
Okay.
No.
So who's the saddest death? And why was it not Dobby?
Hedwig. Hedwig was the saddest death.
Okay.
I couldn't care about the CGI elf.
For me, it was both Hedwig and Dobby the elf.
Dobby had it coming.
I feel like Dobby comes in second.
He was asking for it.
I
hated Dobby.
Dobby had it coming.
Dobby was the saddest death, as in like a fighter for the cause, but the saddest death to the reader is usually Hedwig, because Hedwig was literally Harry's, source to the magical world when he was cut completely off from it.
Okay.
Plus, he took the head. Hedwig took the head.
I still reckon the saddest death was Tom Riddle's innocent.
I'll say this: that shocked me.
Voldemort.
That shocked me when Hedwig was killed in the book. That really shocked me.
Oh yeah, John, that is actually quite sad, honestly.
Yes.
Max, go ahead, Joker.
I'll say this about Dobby, and this is just from the film thing, because up until that, because all we had seen of him was a completely CDG character. They actually made a practical model of Dobby to actually simulate weight in Harry's arms.
Yeah. Oh, Maxis,
Hmm.
who do you think was the saddest death?
I said Hedwig already.
Yeah, but you don't get a vote.
Well, then what'd you ask for?
Exactly.
Kai, what about you? I don't think he's here anymore.
Muted.
Oh, here.
Sorry about that.
Sorry. Who do you think is the saddest death?
I don't even remember all the people who died.
Honestly, I think one of it's not the saddest, but I think a sad death, and the fact that we never got to see it was Moody.
Oh, Mad Eye.
Yes,
Yeah.
but knowing what Umbridge did with his eye still pisses me off.
Fuck, I hate
Yes.
Umbridge.
Yes.
That
I
bitch.
also have to say, one of the other saddest death was one of the Weasley brothers,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty.
Fred and George.
I honestly think that if during the battle of the Hogwarts and the Seven, sorry,
What
Garth?
happened? Yeah, what happened with those two was just awful. One literally got his ear cut off, and then the other one was killed.
There was a line about the epilogue where it said that George never looked in the mirror again, and that when he was in Hogwarts, they were moving stuff around, and that someone had a shard of the mirror of Erisat, and standing beside him, smiling, was Fred.
Oh.
Well, and that's the thing. As far as that goes, it made sense that Ron would step in Fred's place at the shop, and everything else. As far as that goes, though, proof that what you were saying earlier, that Snape really did love these kids, even if he detested how they acted and how stupid they all were in his eyes, even though he was a grumpy son of a bitch. When you see him, lamenting, to later on, I think it was his internal monologue when he was lamenting about wounding George Weasley, with dark magic, so he couldn't just grow his ear back. It's moments like that I talk about how Snape had real love in his heart, and that was why it was so hard for him to be a bad guy versus the other Death Eaters.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Plus, he's an exceptional thief.
Wasn't it? No. Oh right, yeah. Wasn't it Snape using Sectum Sempra that cut George's ear off?
And I think it's also, I would be remiss if I would not say, for me, the most tragic death was Miss Lestrange. I'm just saying.
Bellatrix.
Yes.
I'll tell you that Molly Weasley.
The goddess. The goddess.
Oh, now that was awesome. Now that moment was awesome. Both in the film
it was
and
tragic. It was a travesty.
No, it was awesome.
It was a travesty.
Yeah, Dalek, he's thinking with his penis.
Yeah. I was like saying nobody that whole fight was beautiful. Like I remember reading through the first time. That was just like, that was energizing.
I'm going to say something.
Not my daughter, you bitch.
Molly Molly, I think her name is Molly.
Molly's a cunt.
Yes, Molly.
Did you just go to call her Molly Ringwald?
Yeah, I did. Sorry.
Well, to be fair, she's also a redhead, so
No, I don't know why I added that in there. Sorry, but yes, her name is Molly. I thought she was fantastic in that scene.
Yeah, she was. But I'm going to say this, and I know how much hatred I'm going to get, so I'm going to lap it up. Just to make things a bit more sad, I would have had them. The last body that they pull out would have been McGonagall.
Okay. I'm going to refrain. I am going to refrain from saying the terrible, chopped up potato salad things I want to say to you right now.
Revan?
Kinky.
Revan?
Okay.
Revan?
Yes.
I like how you think.
Like the way I would have done it is I would have had McGonagall going back and back and back. You think she's retreating, but the thing is, she lets all the shields out of the Slytherin shields out of the dungeons, right? And as she's leading them, she starts putting up shields around them. Like, you'll see her true power. and all the students are fighting and that, but they turn around and she's there and she's like, yes. And because this is going to sound sad, I do believe in meaningless deaths, I would have her getting clipped by a random spell. And the fact is, you do not know who killed her.
That's fine.
I like
So when all the bodies are being taken out and laid down, the last body of Hogwarts is McGonagall.
See, and the biggest reason why I disagree with that is because after everything that had happened, she had to live. Like for the story to make sense, her her living, becoming the next headmistress of Hogwarts and everything, that had to be the case.
Oh, and God bless Maggie Smith. She was going through stage 2 cancer at that time.
Yeah, she was amazing.
Yeah.
That woman's still amazing.
On that, I gotta kind of disagree because I feel like meaningless deaths
Maggie Smith
are
was amazing.
completely pointless in fiction. We have enough of those in real life.
Well, okay, Mr. Grouchy Pants.
Well, yeah, some meaningless deaths
can work.
Yeah,
well, I mean, kind of like Colin Creevy not leaving when he was supposed to and staying and fighting and then dying. That made a lot of sense. It was meaningless, as in he shouldn't have been there and that he shouldn't have been in the line of fire to begin with. But it meant something that somebody so young, who grew up idolizing
himself.
Harry Potter, would sacrifice himself along with the rest. His body was uncovered the same as Lupin and Tonks, and so it did. There is no death that's meaningless. It's just, does it mean something to the story at hand, or does it just mean something to the ether?
Yeah. So, because we've only got 4 minutes, and I made a promise to Kai, so we're going to do a wrap up. But I'm giving Kai a little bit extra time because he did make a promise to him. Kai, you want to tell us about your business that you want to tell everyone about?
Yeah, sure. I mean, how you phrased that wasn't exactly accurate. I guess you did make me a promise, but it's not like you kind of put that on me. I didn't ask for nothing.
I know, but I told you I wanted to help you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, so I'm trying to transition into being a full-time writer, and so I've built a website for writers, students, people who kind of align with certain politics, etc.
Yeah.
But and I've got blogs here for stuff happening in the world in science and whatnot. But I have 3 different kinds of notebooks I'm working on getting more up. But I got video game themed stuff. I have pandas. Okay. Woke Games notebook, like Dragon Ball Z themed, like video games. Everything is. I had a lot of fun with it.
Nice.
That's neat.
Very impressive, man.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic.
Ow.
So, you want to drop the link in the chat and I pin it?
Yeah, sure. Give me 2 seconds. Where's one of the ones that we're talking about, like the political stuff? Untampered DNA. We got how about we unzip those jeans?
Yeah.
So I had fun with it. But yeah, feel free to go check that out. I really appreciate
Absolutely,
it.
thank you.
Let me put it in the chat real quick.
Raquel, Maxis,
Hmm?
what do we do next Friday by any chance?
Playing.
We're playing Hogwarts Legacy next Friday.
Yes, we are. Next week on the channel, we're actually going to be playing the absolutely most pre-ordered game in human history is Hogwarts Legacy. And we're going to be playing that on Friday. So it's Harry Potter Day, dorks.
All right.
Joker,
Yes.
buddy, you want to tell us about your charity and your channel?
Sure. My channel, obviously, Joker Voice. I've got a merch store attached to it called my logo and my hashtag. Keep talking. I actually started a campaign last month, going through the end of this month. We are raising, and I take a percentage of the shirt sales, and I donate that to the Stuttering Foundation.
Awesome.
because in case you haven't noticed, I do have a speech
Yeah.
impediment, a slight one. It's not noticeable at all, ever. No.
Well, man, we're happy to help you absolutely any way we can,
Definitely.
whatsoever.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and I hope that we do make you feel comfortable and everything like that on the channel and everything like that.
Oh,
But that is,
I appreciate it immensely.
yeah. Oh, Raquel,
Yeah.
you want to tell us about your crap? I mean, your channel.
Okay. Yeah, I'm Raquel. I do art hangouts, and I'm currently doing a review of the Santa Clauses series starring Tim Allen. Also, check out my gaming channel. I'll be playing Hogwarts Legacy with Potato Revan, Max, and other people, hopefully, next Friday. And I'm also currently playing Gotham Knights as well. Hopefully, I'll get back on that soon. So yeah, that's pretty much what's up with me.
Yeah, Farv, you've got crap you want to show.
All right.
Please don't hurt me.
So I got a gaming channel called Favithian.
Hold on. Farv, hold up. Your audio's clipping.
Oh. How is my audio clipping? Ain't nothing.
When you started there, it was clipping really bad. It's fine now.
Strange. Anyway, I got a gaming channel called Favithian Guard. Occasionally on Mondays, my brother and I also have discussion videos come up. We have another one should be coming up this coming Monday. We have one on there again recently. We are going to be, we should be, unless something changes, doing another Gotham Knight stream tomorrow night. On my channel.
Yours
another
truly.
co-op stream. And then we
goody.
yeah. The first of my books is out on Amazon right now called The Favithia Chronicle. It's a fantasy novel. And my second one is in progress. I want to say I'm about halfway through the first draft.
Nice. Very, very nice. Oh, Dalek? What's Dalek?
Oh. I have a YouTube channel as well, Dalek451. I do live streams where I can kind of like this one. You know, people can talk about, anyone can. We can come on and we can talk about anything in pop culture. I sometimes do reviews. I'm open to get a bit more back a bit more into that. And recently I've started trying to get into gaming streams as well. So please subscribe to my channel. Go check
for
those
anyone
out.
interesting, Dalek's going to be the other half of the Harry Potter stuff. After we do the game and stuff, we're going to go over onto his channel and we're going to be talking about the lore involved in Hogwarts Legacy.
Oh, and also Revan, I am 29. I am 29 away from 400 subs.
Oh, fantastic, guys! Go and subscribe to Joker's Voice. For every time you subscribe to Joker's Voice, Maxis gets a cookie and Raquel ends up with one cookie missing.
Give me diabetes.
Wait, who did we lose?
I don't know.
Hold on.
We lost the fire. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, fixed it. Jesus.
Okay, Milton.
You took my stapler. You took my stapler.
God, I hate that voice, Potato.
Oh no, you hit me with the voice. Okay, but Milton, go, show your stuff, buddy.
If you want to hear me have angry fits at a cultist, because that's pretty much all I do these days, go and check out Milton Knowles, The Insane Witch King. It's sometimes decent.
Absolutely fantastic. Tony, would you like to shield yourself?
Sure. I have a channel where I do breakdowns on a lot of pop culture things, comics, movies, television. Currently doing a series where I'm rewatching the old 90s Flash. I also do live streams periodically. So, yeah. But Raquel's been nice enough to actually plug my channel there. So it's Comic Empire's friendly chat. So it's an extension of my comic store.
Absolutely love it. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Bubba, fuckface.
Wow.
Wow. There's some love there.
Oh, he knows that I consider him the one and true dictator. Anyway, yes. In any event, now you can find me as Geek Hero Bubba on Twitter. I get on there and I argue with people that have no real perspective in life, and I like to give them that perspective. In any event, it's been wonderful. This has been a really awesome conversation. Thank you all for having me on, especially
Of
the
course.
dictator. And
Yes.
I will be looking forward to tuning in and watching a few of y'all play Hogwarts Legacy next week.
Oh, fuck yeah. So I would like to thank everyone for coming, everyone for watching, because I am currently sleep drunk. So I'm going to wrap it up here, and I'm going to say good night, God bless, and Avada Kedavra.
Nice.
Doodles.
Oh no, you fucking killed him!